Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, the Absolut Kenny, and today I'm just gonna review the Sony A7 Mark III that I just bought earlier, and also I combine it with the DJI Ronin SC. Okay, so first thing first, this camera is very awesome, like the specification that we can get, and what I can say, I think the first time I look at it is the 4K. I don't at the first time I don't think like the 4K is quite make a difference for filmmaking, and especially with on the low budget filmmaking. But as soon I touch the 4K, and 4K is very awesome and it's very sharp, even though you didn't use for the final production, but you can downscale it into 1080p and it's still great decent image that we can get. And most of the video that I shoot in 4K, because when you're using 4K and there's so much more information that we can get, and all the color is in there, even though this is just 8-bit color space, but that's the unfortunate one. It only contains the 8-bit, not 10-bit, which is pretty shame that the Sony A7S Mark III have the advantage for it. And also the color space is still, you know the Sony color is quite, a little bit shift, so you need a little bit adjustment to it. And the S-Log2 produced the most accurate for me right now, that I'm shooting most of it right now and trying tweaking a little bit the S-Log2. But the S-Log3 that in the Sony is still not quite good enough. If you search on the online, the S-Log3 is still have some major issue to producing the color. So most of the video that I'm gonna shoot is in S-Log2. So yeah, just gonna keep it in my mind. And also, if you connect your Sony A7 Mark III, even though this camera have the USB-C and the DJI Ronin SC, you can connect it from USB-C also. But if you connect it USB-C to USB-C, it's quite funny enough, the camera cannot go to in the menu setting if you're connecting via USB-C. So yeah, I don't know what's the problem, but I'm switching back to the micro USB, so not big issue, but I'm just curious why the USB-C to Sony A7 Mark III to Ronin, DJI Ronin SC is a little bit of problem going to the menu system. And I really like the battery life. The battery life is still long enough for me in one day shoot, not one day, about half day, and it's still running operational, and also only cost about 25% when I'm shooting it, and maybe give it a rough estimation 25 to 30% down. It's about 1 and 2 hour shooting, and it's draining the battery about 25%. Well, it's still fair enough. Compare the previous Sony A7 Mark II, which is about 2 hours and your battery is gone. Okay, it's very small and it's kind of pain in my ass right now. So most of the video I shoot with the Sony lens also, because you can get the most out of it with native lens. So right now I'm using the Sony 55mm. So right now I'm using the Sony 55mm, and also sometimes I'm using the 24-70 f4. When I'm using the DJI Ronin SC also on the field with the Sony A7 Mark III, the autofocus, the autofocus from the Sony A7 Mark III is quite fast enough when you combine it with the DJI Ronin SC. If you're one-man band and you don't have an assistant to pan, not to follow focus, or you don't have the follow focus wheel, the autofocus is very capable to help you to gain a focus. Imagine you have to focus when you move forward and backward, but the Sony autofocus system is very fast enough and tracking my subject on spot. So there's a big improvement to upgrading to the Sony A7 Mark III. Even though if you see there's Sony A7C right now, I'm still gonna choose this one, because when you're shooting on the field and with your client you meet with your client and your client see you have a small camera, what they gonna say? They gonna say, what the hell, man, I'm paying you to produce some great shit, but you bring me some small piece of equipment. And yeah, even though that camera is good, is better, but the client see the size. Okay, imagine this client is a newbie, so if they see a small camera, it's like automatic in their brain, oh, that's a cheap camera, oh, that's not quite capable. Even though you're gonna say this is, oh, what is a 2K camera, is a blah blah blah, but the client gonna see you bring a pocket camera to my project and it's gonna mess your communication with the client. So I still gonna choose the Sony A7 Mark III beside that. And speaking of photography and videography, I just make a new class in Udemy. Yeah, that's right. If you want to learn more about interior photography, that's the right class for you guys, because I'm gonna teach you how to take a photography with minimum equipment and maybe just like a tripod, camera, lens, and flash. Yeah, I think that's all that you're gonna need. So just click the link in the description below to get the 50% discount on my class, and it's gonna only take until this November. So just click the link down below in the description to get 50% discount on my class in udemy.com. Okay guys, so that's it about my review, the Sony A7 Mark III with the DJI Ronin SC. I must say it's a great combination, and what I can say is quite a prosumer camera and still low budget. The DJI Ronin SC you can get on the market, and compare both and combine both of it is gonna have a great impact on your image. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and I'm gonna see you next time. Bye.